Okay, hi there, welcome along. 9th of June, doing the Heart of Fairy Oracle by Brian and Wendy Froud. Yeah, one of the most amazing illustrators of the fairy realms on the planet, I'd have to say. Beautiful cards. I wouldn't use them that often because they can be very strong cards. They can be quite heavy hitting and very beneficial as well, but it's either or. Just at the moment, so much going on. I thought good time to tune into the fairy realms, the land, the nature, the cycles in that sense. There we are, yeah. I will have to read the book though, because I'm not familiar with them. So that's it. I just took 4 for the general energy at the moment, moving towards something or moving away from something, and a good insight for kind of good energies, helpful energies to hold currently. There we are. If the thing just cuts, well, that's just because there's not a huge amount of memory or whatever. It is what it is, and that's it. So the first card is Tink, little fairy sprite. There, see her. There she is. Independence, freedom of expression, standing your ground. Yeah, for goodness sake, stand up for yourself. This is what Tink is telling you. She may be little, but she's feisty and she knows how to tell people what she needs. It's good to be compliant and polite. It's good to listen and empathize and agree with others most of the time, but sometimes you just got to stand up for yourself and say what you need. Your opinions matter. You may not be right, you may not be popular, but it's yours and you should be able to voice it. This may be time to allow yourself a small rant. Okay. It goes on then. If Tink turns up in a reading, you may either have something very important to say that you haven't been able to articulate, or you may be voicing your opinion just a little too often. Stop and think about it, and stand up for yourself, or be quiet and let someone else's voice have an opinion for a change. Well, it's a bit contrasty at the end, really. So it's kind of saying you're either not speaking up and then just maybe too much. So I don't know, it's a bit confusing, but fairy cards are confusing, and that's the nature of them. I'll take the essence of it is independence, freedom of expression, and standing your ground, really, at the moment. So the next card is the Captive Man. Yeah. Okay. Very beautiful, very interesting. False perceptions, enthrallment, release of captivity. The captive man says a lot about the darker nature of fairy. Fairy women, especially fairy queens, have always desired human male companionship and aren't very particular about how they go about getting it. The captive man is blinded by fairy glamour and cannot see his way clear of the entanglement he's trapped in. Men and women can be trapped in false perceptions. We easily become enamored of something or something that is not what it appears to be. We are blind and deaf to the warnings of our friends and continue to believe in something that may be doing us harm and is certainly keeping us in a thrall of false ideals. If the captive man appears, we must ask for clear sight, and we need the help of our true friends, fairy and human, to see what blinds us. When we finally see the truth, we can begin to free ourselves from those harmful ties. Conversely, at the end it says we may be a captor of ideas, etc., etc. So what I would take with that from is, at the moment, people are actually feeling very captive on many, many levels, externally and internally. So it's really, really to be so aware of that. Where are we keeping ourselves captive, and in relation to the outer world, keeping us from being who we really are and expressing ourselves completely. Just super mindful of that kind of dynamic. Really, at the moment, there we are. The next one is the rocks. Yeah, lovely card. He's such an amazing illustrator. Okay. Let me just see. The rocks. Manipulation, neediness, make an effort. The poor rock, small ills, sniffles, aches and pains, slight temperature. He just can't gather the energy to help himself, but he always has enough energy to get you to help him. He is, after all, the king, and being a king means having servants. Not that he wouldn't help himself, if only he felt up to it. But in the meantime, just be a dear and fix him a little something, preferably expensive and time-consuming to make. But it's just the thing to make him feel better. And you do want to help him get well, don't you? And why would you go out and pick up his dry cleaning? He would do it himself, but he's not feeling up to it. Okay? He would do it himself, he's not feeling up to it, and besides, it's too cold to risk going out, and you remember what happened the last time, don't you? But you'll be fine. A brisk walk is just the thing you need. Do you know someone like this? This person is a master of manipulation. He can get you to do anything for him because he uses guilt as a finely honed tool. It is very difficult to say no to someone as needy as this person appears to be. But every once in a while, try saying that you just can't do whatever it is he's asking you. This may come as a shock to the rocks. He isn't used to being denied anything, but he will begin to restore his balance, the balance in your relationship. Blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, if you recognize rocks in yourself, etc., etc. So there we go. Manipulation, neediness, make an effort. Yeah. Well, externally, there's a lot of that going on. People putting forth concepts that are forcing their way into other people's lives for reasons of their needs, their way, their visions, their wants, their desires. It very ties in with the other two cards, in actual fact. Yeah. So if this is in relation to the general collective, yeah, there is a lot of passive-aggressive bullying going on at the moment. Okay, and the last card here is the boy. Yeah, I mean, they are quite, as I said, heavy-hitting cards. I'm going to be using them all the time, at all. Adventure, freedom, youth. The eternal boy is like Peter Pan. The boy never grows up. What is important about the boy? We are told that we inevitably grow up, grow old and die, and we do. At least part of us does, but there's another part of us like Peter Pan that stays eternally young. And not just young, but the boy young, masculine young. A part of us that wants to seek adventure, live dangerously, live heroically, and die gloriously. In fairy, the part of us that is the eternal boy can roam free, male or female. We all need to acknowledge the boy within us and let him run free. If we if we do no more than say, go fly, have adventures, we've done enough. Yeah, nearly kind of like the Fool in the Tarot, heading off on a journey, archetypal journey. The adventure, all of this so contrasted to these, the manipulation, being captive. So little Tink and the boy on either side, stand up for yourself, be yourself, and be that eternal child having adventures. Such an antidote to this kind of thing. All right. Quick bottom of the deck. The Speaker of Truth. Oopsie. Okay, the Speaker of Truth. I'm not actually going to read that card. I'm just going to leave it as is. The Speaker of Truth. The Way of Truth. The Speaker of Truth. And this other stuff. It kind of, that's the essence of it, really. So there we are. I hope that helped. And I'm going to leave it there. This is for entertainment purposes only. They're very beautiful cards, I have to say. Very strong energy. I'll be going out for a walk now, even though it's raining. Connecting in with the land, the nature. And yeah, that lovely internal world of our imagination, and that internal playfulness and all of those kind of things. Sorely missing these days, really. So anyway, that's it. Take care. Okay, bye.